often ask me really tricky questions about biology, but I'm not a biology teacher, so time to go and ask an expert.
This is a neuron, and another name for a neuron is a nerve, right? And we have lots of different nerves that send lots of different information. So nerves tend to go in one way. So all of the information gets picked up at this end, which is called the dendrite. And it's like a whole pile of little arms that go out, and they connect to lots of different nerves. Information gets picked up here and gets carried in one direction only, down. So it all gets picked up from the dendrite and it gets down here and gets then passed off again from what's called the axon terminal at the end, right? Terminal being the end. So it gets picked up at the dendrite and ends at the terminal. It's kind of a bit weird because it's supposedly an electrical signal, but it actually is sending out lots of chemicals, and the chemicals make the electrical signal work. And so between one neuron and another one, so if I was to draw like another dendrite here, there's actually a space between them. And the only thing that can cross the space is a chemical. Because, right, like if you don't have two electrical wires touching, they can't pass the electricity between them. Same thing with a nerve. If this touched this one, you'd get like sparks and you'd be going like crazy all the time, right? So they can't touch. So there has to be a space. So the space is where chemicals pass. And those chemicals are called neurotransmitters. And that's all a neurotransmitter is. It's simply just a chemical that connects one nerve to another nerve. They used to think that it was one nerve, one neurotransmitter. But now they've started realizing that actually, for instance, muscle cells actually might need to send a different signal to the spine to make you do something as well as to another muscle. So in fact, they don't think that nerves can send every type of neurotransmitter, but they may be able to send more than one because they might be able to do a couple of different things. But what happens is when a neurotransmitter arrives in a nerve, it simply is a message to either pass the message on or not pass the message on. So if it's some type of stimulant type of message, then it makes it rush down the nerve. If it's a depressant, then it comes up and it just stops the signal from passing, and that's it. So that's just how a neurotransmitter kind of works. It just tells the nerve whether or not to pass on the message.